Mayday to you, mateys. Good to see you out there. Just putting the boat in here at Atwood Lake. Gonna do a little bit of fishing. Let's tie this thing up and get out there. Park the truck and go. Hey guys, today is a cranking type of day. And no, it's not because of Champion Spark Plug. I'm not gonna be cranking up my engine, not a sponsor, but I'm gonna be cranking up the crankbaits. 4 crankbaits today on 4 pulls and 1 double fluke on the other. Let's crank it up, guys. Let's get some fish. Starting off with a red craw crankbait, lipless, and now's the time in the fall. Red is the king, I guess, because this is the time when the crayfish, they all turn red, and that's what the crabs or what the bass are kind of looking for. So let's see how a crayfish works. Wasn't supposed to happen on the first cast, but we're good. Just gonna vary my retrieve. That wasn't a good cast to start off the day. Sorry, it's a little windy out here, guys. Oh, come on. What the heck is going on with this? Bird's nesting. I'm bird's nesting, guys. I can't do that. I gotta figure out this reel. Boy, we're drifting pretty fast. Not only that, I got a wounded duck on the first try. Hey, no bird's nest. Now that is a fish catching cast. Good overcast day. Good day to be out here. Varying my speed on my reel, stopping it, starting it, yanking it, cranking it. The bass are probably a little more out here. This is where they were the other day, but there's already a boat. There's already a boat there. We're just going to throw around until we land one. Kind of do a clock. Start at 12 o'clock, spin around all the way to 6 o'clock and back through to 12 o'clock, see if something can hit. Guys, on my screen, I just moved a little bit, drifting right out here about on the corner of the public beach, or private, I don't know if it's public or private, but it's the beach. Okay? Mayday. Anyway, when I drifted, I saw that I was coming up on a little shelf, and it is loaded with fish, big fish. But there's millions of bait fish around it. So I got to get one of these crankbaits to do something special to get a reaction. Still throwing the atomic red right now, the atomic red crawfish. He doesn't seem to be wanting to do the job though. Oh my golly, it's pay dirt down there. It's like the screen when I'm tapping. It is just loaded with fish. Water temperature is still 71 degrees. So these cooler nights are getting offset by the warmer days. The days are staying in the mid 70s, and water temperature is not going down at all. So these fish aren't really, oh, this is a highland reservoir basically. So these fish, they don't have a lot of streams to go back into, these bass. So they go where the bait fish go. So when you can find the bait fish, you can find the bass. So you know, this was a reservoir made probably one main creek bed that went through, put a dam down there, and a few little creeks maybe flowing into it, but not much. So the bass, they're not going to be pushing up into creek beds because there aren't any really, but they will be hanging out where the bait fish are. So if I can get a crankbait through here that'll do some crazy stuff, get a reaction, maybe I'll catch me a bass. But I think it's time to put the red bomber away for a while and switch on over to something like something maybe a little more bait fishy. A little smaller. Something that goes a little deep, and when I kill it, it'll pop right back up. That's a little, this is a Matsui. It's a Matsui. It's from a company out of Lincoln, Nebraska, or somewhere in Nebraska, close to Lincoln. And they make crankbaits, and one of them that I have, I've never really used this one that I have on right now, but one of them that I have is phenomenal. It's caught a lot of fish. This one's wounded. Nope. I'm reeling it. Tell you what, I don't really like how this one acts, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to throw it around a little bit, different directions, and see. This thing isn't digging like I thought it would and get down. Maybe I'm cranking too fast. This reel is a 10 to 3 to 1 reel, fastest reel made. Yeah, I think I might have been cranking just a little too fast and a little furious. Didn't really like that Matsui. I'm going to a lipless crankbait, a rattle trap, silver and blue top. Let's give that a good old try. picking up and the current's really rocking. Trying to reel it and kill it. Throwing into the wind's like throwing like a girl. Goes about 6 feet and dies. Took that little Matsui out off, and I'm going to put on a lipless crankbait. It's a little bigger. It's going to give me a little further cast, and it's going to, you can hear it rattle. We're going to throw it instead, something that'll kind of swim, and then when you pull it, it'll float back up after you kill it. I've never caught a fish on this bait, but I've had some of the biggest bass in my life follow it back to the boat. That was at Leesville. They were big. I thought they were musky, but they were bass. And, well, they might have been musky, I don't know, but they were big. I think they were bass. So, I don't know. So we'll put this one on. We'll throw it out there. Got trouble with trying to see this. Got trouble with the wind. Ugh. Got to get this on. Drop a thumbs up if you like 80s music. You know, I grew up in the 80s, went to high school and college, and the 80s music was my thing. But I was shocked one day when my son told me how much he liked the 80s music. And then I started hearing all his friends liked it, and I started hearing that, you know, a lot of people like 80s music, and that's good. Because 80s music I thought was really the coolest. A lot of one-hit wonders in the 80s. Sort of like what I am right now with this fishing. I'm trying to get a one-hit wonder on here. Let's do it. Already wounded. Did I ever tell you how bad I hate treble hooks? Taking them out of white bass. Oh yeah, this thing really launches. Taking treble hooks out of white bass, I'll tell you, that's a job. Because those things, they don't settle down, and their fins are so doggone sharp, they're like needles. I gotta remember to slow down with this reel. Forgot to tell you guys what day it was. Sorry about that. Usually pretty good about that. Got out here right at around noon, and it's about 1 o'clock now, but it is the 12th day of October 2021. And isn't this Columbus Day or something? Or was that yesterday? When do they do that? Not big on holidays. But I know he discovered the capital of Ohio. Ha! Mayday! Otherwise, it wouldn't be called Columbus. Come on, fish. What's your problem down there? I think we're gonna do some drifting. Oh, I've got the anchor mode on my trolling motor, and we've just been sitting here because I got a whole basket full of fruit down under me, and I don't want to move from it, but they don't seem to be ripe. Maybe I'm just not throwing the crankbait that they want, or how they want it. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, one of those guys are going to be in this boat by the end of the day. I'll promise you that. Mayday. Switched over to a Ned rig. Wacky style to Ned rig. Got a weight in the bottom of it down here. See if you can take a look at that. Put a band on it. A lot of fish. And they're not hitting what we need them to hit, the crankbaits. So it's time to throw the old Ned rig. Gonna go back over on this spot. Okay guys, now's the time to play. We're gonna throw this Ned rig out there. Let it do a little magic on the bottom. I'm gonna kind of just pop it up off the bottom. Let it wiggle away. Let the worm do the job. Tell you guys, when you need a spark, throw on a Ned rig. Or you can try out a Champion spark plug. Hey, not a sponsor, but what the heck, I use them. And I could use a spark right now. So tired of this reel getting rat nested. It's partly my fault. It's time to eat some lunch. I brought the lunch of champions, peanut butter sandwiches. I'm gonna have me a peanut butter sandwich and let this Ned rig kind of sit out there. Maybe it'll catch something while I eat. Moved across the lake over here. Going to throw on these rocks and this dock, and hopefully there's some fish down there. Let's try it. See a bunch of little bait fish. You can hear them going, like kissing and smacking the water. So I switched over to the double fluke rig, trying to do a little popping of jerk bait on fluke. Switched over to the old double fluke. Just throwing around these rocks. I'm throwing in a circle. Just trying to catch something here. See if something's around. Showing some fish on the sonar, but not a whole lot of big ones. Not a lot of big ones. Just I'm over top of a deep hole right now, guys. Dead sticking. I just had a bump, my first hit of the day. There's some big fish on the screen sitting down there. Dead sticking's almost like drop shotting without the weight. Just kind of letting it. I have a minnow on a jig head down there, just kind of fluttering. Dropping it down, letting it touch the bottom, then bringing it back up. Trying to find that hole. It goes like this, then it drops down, then it comes back up, and they're sitting in that wedge. And when I found it, that's when I got a hit. Going to throw a little bit of this on it. Shad spray. Stuff stinks, but I'm shad I have it. Anyway, this stuff's yucky. Yuck, yuck. I leave these scissors laying around, then I sit on them. Next thing you know, got a big hole in my leg. All right, where is Rex Kramer? Where is this hole? It's 5:30, guys. Can't believe I fished all day. I had 2 little hits. Just throwing the double fluke right now, trying to entice something to smack it, trying to drag it fast across the top water and see if something will hit it. I mean, this should be the time that they're starting to hit. Don't know. Seeing a heck of a lot of fish. Heck of a lot of fish. don't think we're gonna catch a fish. I'm about ready to get out of here. Let you check out, I'll throw and you can watch this. Nothing. It's green. I'm marking tons of fish too. I don't understand this. The double fluke's usually incredibly reliable, especially right now. At this time of night, sun going down. Well, I think that's the last cast. Well, I better not say that. I better say this is the last cast. All right, one more. Well, not looking good for the home team. But anyway, hey guys, I had a great time. Long day. Wish I could have caught a fish for you guys. And, you know, I'm throwing you a bonus cast right now because I feel so bad I didn't. But, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for supporting. If you haven't subscribed, plenty of room. Hit that subscribe button. Would just love to have you. And, you know, take the time, write a comment, send me an email, tdmayday@gmail.com. And if you saw anything on the Algonquin Mill Festival that you liked, you know, you can even write me about that. I still have all the business cards and I don't know. Like I said, my sister has, those apples, guys, are unbelievable. Dipped in chocolate or with caramel, and they're unbelievable. But anyway, yeah, Jeffro's Pizza, even unbelievable. Get down to Burgles, Ohio and get you some Jethro's Pizza. I guarantee you, you'll be a fan. Anyway, nothing else for you guys. Love you guys, and till next time, Mayday is out of here.